Let's do
Watch
it.
Wolf of Wall Street. We're gonna get in so much trouble with sports.
I know, right? This is dangerous for us. All right. Well, welcome to the Loyal Sons podcast. I am the Hoff, along with my co-host, partner in crime, compadre, Brett, the Hitman Kincaid. And no, we're not going with the Hitman. No.
I'm not tough enough of a human being to carry that nickname.
I think you could have qualified for the Hart family. We'll just see.
No.
The 80s.
No.
I mean,
Pillsbury Doughboy Kincaid.
Owen's life did end in Kansas City. You lived in Kansas City. You know, there's a
It had
connection
nothing
there.
to do with that. Don't blame that on me.
I'm not saying you're responsible.
I know where you were
for it.
going. That was Vince McMahon.
We are the Loyal Sons of the great state of Iowa, the mighty Midwest, Iowa State, Iowa, Nebraska, Hawkeyes, Huskers, Cyclones, and the mighty Big 12 Conference. And here we go. Non-sports season. What's been happening with you, Brett?
Not much. Kind of had a cool experience.
Cast on the line
Saturday.
recently, right?
Yeah. Went out with a YouTuber, Bass to Bluegills, old neighbor of mine.
Bluegills.
Yeah, and I am a terrible fisherman. I think I've spoken of this, and he got me on a lot of fish. It was a really good time, just on some neighborhood ponds around Hazlet, Texas.
He got you on a lot of fish, meaning like you caught a lot of fish?
Yeah, I actually caught a lot of fish.
In the ponds around Hazlet?
Yeah, just like the neighborhood
Really?
ones. Yeah.
Interesting. Very cool.
A lot of good tips. If he can get me catching, he can get anyone catching. And you should watch his channel.
How do you just spell his handle on? It's Bluegill, so is it DABLUEGILLS?
Bass, like the fish, TO, bluegills.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
The Bass to Bluegills?
Bass to bluegill. No duh.
There's no.
He's
I
not
don't
a
know where the
Chicago
hell
Bears fan.
Actually, who is his team? I forgot.
The Eagles.
Oh yeah, the Eagles. That's right.
It was one of the coolest things, man. He is not a football fan, but we watched the Super Bowl when they won their first Super Bowl, and he just stood there and was like, "Oh my God, they won!" It was crazy.
Who was it? They beat the Patriots, right?
Yes, that was the Nick Foles, which I watched that.
Former Chiefs backup quarterback.
Yeah, I watched that ESPN 30 for 30 Philly special. That was really
I have not
good.
watched that.
Oh, watch it. It's really good.
Is it an entire hour of just it's not about just the play, right? It's about the season, I'm assuming?
It's about the season, but then what that meant to Eagles fans. And I saw it live. I'm like, that is totally legit. It was crazy.
I can't remember. I wasn't living down here when that game happened, I don't think.
I think you were in St. Louis.
I might have been in St. Louis. Yeah, I remember watching the play live as well. I was more or less blown away by the fact that my favorite team's backup quarterback, a former backup quarterback, is now in the Super Bowl leading this team to victory. And I'm sitting here going how the fuck do you miss the buck on that one?
So I just thought about this. Chiefs fans should claim that Super Bowl, just like Detroit claims Matthew Stafford's Super Bowl.
Do they? Did Detroit fans lay claim to that?
Yes.
Really? I feel like that's
It's the Lions. They're one of the oldest franchises with how many Super Bowl wins? 0.
And was that
Zero.
And that was the Eagles' first Super Bowl win?
Yep.
For some reason I didn't realize that, or maybe I did and I just forgot. Holy shit. And yeah, they've been on a tear since.
Did Dick Vermeil? No, that was the first one. Dick Vermeil didn't win one, did he?
No, Tricky Dick never won one there. He was, because Dick was there and then went to the Rams, right? And then he had the greatest show on turf with the Rams. And then the whole story about him leaving the Rams, it's always up in the air. Comes to the Chiefs and then had a great time with the Chiefs. The Chiefs were back then, they were the notorious first round and out teams back then, though, no matter how good a talented team they had. That's awesome, man. You guys had a good time fishing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What'd you do?
toured the Midwest of the United States by flying to Houston, Texas for meetings.
Okay.
And then in the same day got on a plane and flew from there to Minneapolis, Minnesota to see former college friend, I almost said a former colleague, like a college friend of mine, which you know, buddy Nick, who's a diehard Cyclone fan, who lives up in Minneapolis, hung out up there. Had a lot of Minneapolis is a city that is like, especially if you live in Texas, like Minneapolis is a city you go to, and it's one of those where we always say it's good to be cultured, like wherever you like go and get different vibes of culture. And like Minneapolis is definitely, if you're somebody who lives in Texas, Minneapolis is like one of those like 180 cities to go to where you get off the plane. The things you see, you're like, this doesn't happen in Texas. And that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, like it's good to like be around it, observe it, like learn.
Right, not to get stuck in your ways, right?
Yep.
But obviously there's like a different way of life everywhere you go. There's still like Minneapolis is still very much a Midwestern city, but they've had their things recently, and it was really cool to actually go up there and see like just different things. But at the same time, Nick and I and his girlfriend Brittany, who she's absolutely awesome, had such a good time. They were so like such amazing hosts. We got to meet her for the first time, and now very proud of Brittany because on Saturday we went to the Minnesota Frost game, which is the women's professional hockey game up there. They were playing the New York Sirens. I can't remember what their team name was. Either way, there was quite a few Olympians between Team Canada and Team USA between the two teams. Like namely for the Frost, Coyne Schofield, which was like I think the Team USA captain, and then Taylor Heisey, which, you know, Cyclone sibling, Nate Heisey's sister, who also had the assist in like the gold medal game to win. And it was my first experience. Brittany's there and Nick's there with us, and like I said, Nick's Cyclone fan as well. And Brittany had such a good time that literally, dude, like jerseys. Like if I looked at a Taylor Heisey jersey and I was like, dude, this is too rich for my blood.
$3.
Brittany's like, it's like $250. Brittany's like, I'm gonna get myself a jersey. She's like, this is a lot of fun. She went and got a Heisey jersey, and I'm not gonna lie, like I was so proud. Like Paul Rhodes, so damn proud. Yeah, she went and got her jersey. It was really cool because Heisey scored a goal in the game, and it was such a sick goal. Literally went between like 3 defenders and just chucks the puck like up in the air, and it like goes into the top of the net and ricochets down. It was just so sick.
Nice.
Overall, it was awesome. It was probably about like half full. They play in the same place that Minnesota Wild do.
Okay.
But yeah, and then went out in downtown St. Paul afterwards, had some post-game cocktails. I got to try, I didn't drink beer like I normally do.
Really?
You know me. Yeah. Like, you know me, like this is like I make an exception and drink whiskey as we're on this show just because of Lonely Oak.
I'm not going to lie. I always think that's like iced tea.
Yeah. And it's so damn
I know
good.
you. I'm not trying to get you to drink whiskey with me, and you don't.
Because my family has it. It's because, like I said, genetically, our tongue stops working when we have hard alcohol usually. I went to this awesome burger joint, and they had all these different types of mixed drinks on there. Like one of them was like a Midwestern sledgehammer.
What is a Midwestern sledgehammer?
I can't remember, but goddamn, they were good.
They, as in plural, multiple?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had that one, and then there was another one that was not so good because it was like I don't know what was in this drink, but it literally made my lips like light on fire. I don't know what they put in it. But yeah, other than that, did some community service. I was up there, some volunteering.
Nice.
Yeah. Went to a church and carried boxes of food, or took boxes of food and like goods and stuff like that for, the less fortunate. Took them to the upstairs of the church where they would load them out into vehicles and take them to the needy. So
nice.
Yeah, did my good deeds before I sinned.
At least one of us on this podcast is like trying to bring good karma to us.
Dude, don't get me wrong. There was probably a lot of fires going off somewhere because I was not only doing community service, but I was doing it in a church. And we all know what happened when my family walked into a church. Yeah, got back on Sunday. And for anybody listening, I know we said Robbie Sender was going to be joining us on Sunday. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding around time. So Robbie is, as we were sitting here, and Brad found this out, I told Robbie to have some cold drinks ready to have with us on the show. When we got into the studio and I was texting him going like, hey man, like we're ready to record. He was out buying beer.
Nice.
So, no harm, no foul. We're gonna do it again this Sunday. So all good.
I'm so excited for him to be on.
I am too, man. I am.
Again, like I really like the music he has out there. It's really impressive.
Yep. And before we forget, look us up on our socials. We're on TikTok, we're on X, we're on the Facebook. And for your listening pleasure, you can hear us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. So for the episode today, a little bit of transfer portal stuff going on. The Cyclone history in football continues, and also too, we're going to get into state names again. Brett, you're going to be trivia. We're going to trivialize you, or quiz you, whatever you want to call it.
I think trivialize is now a new word.
Trivialize. And then we're going to talk about some state laws that I've been looking up. We kind of talked about this last week, but some of these are quite interesting. And then we're more glorious examples of our upbringing with the CB scanner.
I will say, I'm just teasing it a bit. They're not all from CB. Like the rest of the country is catching up to CB. So step up your game.
Oh, this is good. I like it. We're expanding. We're getting culture on our show. We're expanding in our culture. So let's talk about this transfer portal rubbish a bit. Well, it's just typical Cyclone lore where it's like the normal reaction is, "Hey, all right, fuck." It's just that's the way things go. And the transfer portal, Milan Momcilovic decided, I'm going to go to the NBA, or going to attempt to go to the NBA, and if I don't, I'm going to enter the transfer portal, which is essentially a very professional, nice way of saying, like, I'm not coming back to Iowa State regardless. Now, that would be terrible news for Iowa State fans if it were not for the fact that TJ Otzelberger, I don't know what the hell that guy did in the transfer portal, but somehow got 5 of the best damn transfers out there. We're one of the few teams in the nation that already has a starting roster for next season in basketball.
Do you think Momcilovic knew who was coming in and was like, I need to either go to the NBA now or get out because my playing time is done?
I think Momcilovic made a business decision that was right by the university and right by himself. Meaning, like, you're going to be spending $2 or $3 million on me if I'm sitting here trying to make up my mind, or you can use this in the transfer portal to get somebody to replace me if I'm gone. And he also knew too, I mean, his big thing is like he led the nation in 3-point percentage and 3 points made. You're not going to replicate that. Like, you're not going to do that again, probably.
No.
So I think he and TJ kind of had a discussion where TJ's like, and I'm not going to sit here and say one made the decision over the other, but I think it was very cordial. I think it's like, let's put it this way. Milan is not leaving going like, fuck you, Otzelberger, or like, fuck you, Iowa State. Like, he loves Iowa State. He loves the fans. I mean, shit, he's one of our t-shirts that we made that has Money Milan on it, right? He's always going to be well thought of in Ames. The problem is since he leaves, if he doesn't go to the NBA, the chances of him, like, I should say, collegiately retiring and going to like the Iowa State Hall of Fame, not happening. Like, if he goes to Florida, or God help us, he goes to Iowa or Nebraska, like, that's another thing. He won't be going to Nebraska because they ended up retaining Price Sanford. But yeah, so he goes. But on the other side of it, incoming, we have Troy Singleton from Northwestern, which was a badass recruit. Jaquan Johnson from Bradley, Taj Manning from Kansas State, Leon Bond from Northern Iowa, and this Ryan Prather kid from Robert Morris. I guess that was like the biggest one. A lot of people are saying. Actually, Trey Singleton from Northwestern was very big as well. These were like the best players on the most mediocre teams, essentially. Like, they were like the standout guy where everybody was going, shit, if this guy played somewhere else, he'd be so much better off.
Yeah. And like, that's the great thing about the transfer portal is it allows people to kind of level up. But like the bad thing also is, like, let's say Momcilovic would have got beaten out. Like, put his time in, he's loved there, and then you just bring in someone better, and it's like, what about loyalty?
Yeah. Right? He sticks it out and he's just like, and that's the other negative aspect of it that could have happened. It's like, hey, he sticks it out and he just has a fucking terrible season. And then, like, as Iowa State fans, you almost feel bad because you're like, shit, if he had gone to the NBA or tried, it could have gone better.
Yeah. He should have took the money while he was there.
Yep. And I mean, AJ Green from UNI, who was very similar to Milan. I don't know why I call him Milan. It's not the freaking Disney movie. It's very similar to Momcilovic. Like, he kind of had the same situation. He just went to the NBA, got picked up by the Bucks. He went undrafted, I believe. And right now, I want to say he's like leading the NBA in like 3 points or something. He just set a record for like most 3 points in a game or season or something for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is, listening to me talk about the NBA is like, it's like listening to a construction worker talk about binary code.
You put the 1 and the 0 next to each other, and then a 0 and a 1.
Two things that just shouldn't go together. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like Momcilovic is kind of in the same place, but Iowa has not really gone into the transfer portal much. I think McCollum's still figuring it out, but Price Sanford's coming back to Nebraska. And then moving on to football, this is where the shit or oh fuck comes for Iowa State. Braden Alls, who was one of the top gets in the transfer portal in football, which, as we all know, was a very hot topic after Campbell left. Braden Alls comes from he came from Toledo, I believe. Was like an all-MAC player, safety. Was supposed to be one of those guys that comes in, steps in right away, and like you right away going, thank God we got that fucking guy. And I think he was going to be one of those guys that even if Campbell was still there, I could have seen Campbell trying to get this guy over. For one, Campbell's a Toledo guy, like, so it's like he would have been going after him anyways. In typical Iowa State fashion, our best defensive recruit tears his ACL and is now out for the season. Son of a bitch.
Can our training staff enter the transfer portal?
That's the other thing, is everybody immediately starts going like, well, it's the strength and conditioning coaches and this shit's been going on too long. I'm like, most of the strength and conditioning staff from last year is in Happy Valley. They're not even fucking here anymore. I did see one person say, is there a radioactive field somewhere near Jack Trice that we've not discovered yet? Because this shit can't continue happening.
Could be. There could be like a nuclear silo somewhere close. It is the Midwest.
Something's flowing down the Skunk River. That's all. It's something that has to be going on, dude. It's causing deteriorating ligaments. I don't know. They need to bring in hazmat and figure it out.
They do.
So it's like it's like when somebody cuts the line on somebody's propane tank out in the farmer's field and they got to bring in hazmat and clear out a certain radius around it.
Why would they cut a line on a propane tank?
Meth heads, brother.
Why?
You didn't know that? Yeah, that's a big problem in like, especially like I saw that a lot in Southwest Iowa. So like, I'm not going to name the towns.
I'm guessing one that I grew up in.
I don't know. Some in the area, but that are similar in size. There were some big problems around a couple of those towns where, yeah, like not necessarily the mobile propane tanks, or not. Why not propane tanks? I was saying propane. No wonder. Anhydrous tanks.
Okay. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Now we're on the same page. That's what I was like. I'm like, why is it? Yeah.
Propane, are they trying to like blow themselves up?
Jesus Christ, pull your head out of your ass, Hoff.
Jeez, know your meth, Hoff.
Just out spreading propane on my boom crop.
Yeah. They're calling me Walter White.
Jesus Christ, you putz. But anywho, let's just hop right into that. Speaking of laws, Brett, since we're talking about the illegal fun things to do in the state of Iowa, I'll throw a couple of these laws out here. I'm going to quiz you quick. Oh, by the way, before we get into it, there was a woman that was arrested or banned from flying this last week because she took a hot plate onto a flight and it had a pot of chili in it. And yeah, she took it on with the intentions of serving people chili.
So like logistically wise, like did she have like a portable battery that she had the hot plate plugged into?
No.
How does that work?
She plugged it into the outlet, like in the seat.
Well, one, good for her. I can never find that plug.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So a 58-year-old woman was removed from United flight last week after bringing a full hot slow cooker of chili on board. Refusing to let her 2-day cooking project go to waste, the passenger was removed before pushback of the plane. Her slow cooker was confiscated and she was not allowed to continue the flight.
Wait, they throw my toothpaste away.
But they let her on.
And my contact solution, but they let a pot of chili through?
Yeah. They've got her, like, they've got her mugshot and everything. They took her to jail. She's got a full-on mugshot and everything.
Do you think like the TSA agents were like, no, let's let this one pass. What flight are you on? And then they were all like, just, we're taking our break and we're going to see what happens.
The crazy thing is, dude, is this was in Houston. That's the same place I was at. I didn't fly United, though.
Maybe we could have got some free chili.
Yeah, she said she didn't want her chili to get cold. According to the federal incident report, the situation at row 22 included one 6-quart slow cooker filled to capacity, set to warm, an extension cord Carol had packed specifically for this purpose, a sealed container of shredded cheese she described as the finishing touch, a stack of paper bowls she had brought to offer fellow passengers in what she called a courtesy serving, one flight attendant who walked past twice before fully processing what she's seeing. The flight attendant notified the crew. The crew notified the captain, and the captain requested clarification if this was actually happening or not. Yeah. So, I mean, the sweetheart of a woman was like, I'm going to bring this chili on that's been cooking for 2 days. Like, this is going to be prime time, right? Bringing cheese, bringing spare bowls. I'm going to serve everybody. We're going to have a good old time on this flight.
Did they arrest her for being too polite?
Dude, if you look at her mugshot, like, she looks like a typical mom. Like, not even mom, she looks like a typical grandma. Like, you know, it's like, she does not look crazy. Nothing like that. It's not the mugshot of, like, you know, the person that is, you know, the typical person who's screaming and going batshit crazy. Of course, we can't even really say that, because down here we had the woman who was like that motherfucker's not real person.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one? That was like a couple of years ago down here in Dallas. That woman was like hallucinating and saw somebody at the back of the plane that wasn't there. Yeah, she's like famous now. Yeah, no, she was just a sweet old lady. I shouldn't even say old. She's 58. She's not even really that old. Anywho, let's hop into laws.
All right.
I'm going to give you a couple here, and you have to guess what state.
Face on.
All right. Should we call Nick and see what it should be? All right. So, in this state, women can technically face 30 days in jail for impersonating Santa Claus.
Women can face 30 days in jail for impersonating Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
This is a Midwestern state.
That is something they would do in Minnesota because the snow. I think they have reindeer in Minnesota.
Do they?
I don't know. I'm gonna say they do.
If the closer they get to Canada, it just makes sense, right?
Yeah. Like they migrate.
You hit it right on the head, man. All right.
It's the lawyer.
Nice job. 1 for 1. Now we're getting out of the Midwest here. More in the Bible Belt.
Okay.
The law is it's illegal to wear a fake mustache in church if it causes laughter.
I'm picturing like a Southern gentleman with a sweet, like, curled up mustache and how they take that really, really serious in the state of Mississippi.
You were close. Next door neighbor, Alabama. Yeah, but you were in the right area. All right. Let's see here. Let's head to West Coast. In this city of this state, it's illegal to wipe or buff your car with used underwear.
Trying to
wonder
think
how they know if it's used
underwear is strongly valued.
Do they know it's used by they see the person take it off and then use it to buff their car?
Maybe. I'm going to say Las Vegas, Nevada.
You are off on this one. California. This is actually in San Francisco. It's apparently at some point in time there was a trend of people that were using their used undergarments to buff their vehicles.
Okay. Good law there, San Francisco. Like, clean up your needles and all the shit in your streets. But crack down on used underwear used to clean your car.
Right, exactly. Okay, let's see here. Okay, in this Southeastern Conference state, in this city, in this Southeastern Conference state, I'll say, it is illegal to take unfinished pie home from a restaurant. All pie must be consumed on the premises.
Thinking big old fat Southern gentleman just got done with church. I'm going to say Athens, Georgia.
You were close. It's actually Tennessee. It's Memphis, Tennessee. Right? We'll give you one more, and then we're going to move on to, we're going to quiz you on some names as well.
Okay.
Okay, so in this state, which is in the central corridor of the United States, we'll say, we're going to give you two more, actually. In the central corridor of the United States, you can be fined or jailed for making ugly faces at dogs.
I have to say, like, Ohio. They love their Cleveland Browns.
You started out with the right letter. It's actually Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Dude, I would have been arrested so many times for the faces I make at Logan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now, this is a northern state. In this state, it is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting. It's also an offense to push a live moose out of a moving airplane.
Like northern states with moose?
Yes.
Are they called meese if there's more than one moose?
I don't know. I've always wondered that. Maybe they're meeses or meese?
I don't know.
Mooses?
Ooh, I've got to say Alaska.
Yeah, ding ding. That's the only damn state I've seen a moose in, actually.
I was thinking
I think
Alaska
they're-
or Maine, maybe.
I think they have them in, yeah, they do have them in Montana. I've never seen one out there. I know that I was hiking out there one time and somebody I was with said they did see one, and like that made the grizzly bear we saw seem like nothing, because a moose will fuck you up.
I was going to say, do you think you could beat a moose in a wrestling
God, no.
match?
Shit, no.
You don't
Moose
think you
kill
could,
more
like,
people than grizzly bears do.
you don't think you could shoot like a double leg on a moose and take him down?
No, I have a better shot wrestling the bear.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can set that up. You wrestling a bear.
It's hilarious how many people get fucked up getting out of their cars to take pictures in front of moose out there. How cute. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, that's natural selection. Come on.
All right, you want to get quizzed on some names?
Yes.
All right, let's find some good ones. There's some very fucking generic ones. Did we do Oklahoma last time? I don't think we did. I'm not going to do it this time either. Okay.
Well, I know what
right.
state it is now.
No, you don't, because I'm actually doing something different.
Okay.
All right. In this Big 12 conference state, male name stereotypical. Well, let's refresh the listeners here. So this is a list of names AI generated that was gathered by statistical consensus, the names most frequently given by parents according to the Social Security Administration, and cultural consensus, meaning the names most commonly associated with the state's vibe or history. So in this particular state, the stereotypical male name is Jed. The female name is Rose.
Oklahoma. You're not going to fool me.
And I said, well, yeah, we do have Oklahoma State. No, nope, you're not. It's not Oklahoma. I'll give you one more guess.
Are you sure Jed and Rose?
Nope, it's not Oklahoma.
God, what other backwoods? West Virginia.
Yeah, you said backwards. I'm like, if he didn't fucking know, talking himself through it. And all right, let's head out to West Coast Big Ten area. A male name of River, last name of Rain. Or no, female. Male name of River, female name is Rain. Yep, damn, you're doing good. Nice job.
Because isn't that all it does is rain, and there's a bunch of rivers in Washington?
In Seattle, yeah. There's a fucking bunch of rivers, too. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's head up to New England. Male name, stereotypical male name, Bernie, and female name is Fern.
Bernie and Fern. I'm guessing there is no, like, major college team there. I'm going to say Maine. New Hampshire? Or Vermont?
No.
Where's Bernie
There
Sanders
you go.
from?
Okay, yeah, you have Vermont.
Okay.
Vermont. I should be reading out the descriptions of these. Reflects the state's progressive and natural vibe. West Virginia, Jed and Rose reflects the Appalachian folk consensus.
Okay.
And in Washington, high consensus for the environmental theme names. You hit those like right on the head, man.
Rain and water. Wait, rain is water.
Okay.
Okay.
What about these two? Male name Austin, female name Savannah.
Austin and Savannah. SEC country?
Yep. It's technically SEC, Big 12, multiple other conferences.
Don't say it's Texas.
It is Texas. Austin is the top choice for both city and spirit. All right, I'm going to give you one more easy one. Male name of Nash, last name of Durr.
Gee, let me think through this one. Tennessee.
Yep. Based on the massive cultural impact of Nashville. Man, you did well on this one.
Hey.
I'm saving Wisconsin for Robbie because Wisconsin is it's a humdinger, brother.
Okay. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you did well on that. Nice job, dude. All right, should we
Well,
hop into some national scanner?
yeah. Let's talk about what's on the old police scanner nowadays. This one is in Council Bluffs, so I'm gonna read it, and
All right.
it's a scanner that takes a little bit of time. So this event happened over some time. So I just want to know, like, if
Okay.
Nolan Hoff witnesses this, like, what goes through your head? So
Yeah.
first call, male, no clothes on, long hair, was seen running through the Super Saver parking lot, left area in a
Mm.
vehicle. Second call, 30 minutes later, male is back on the lot, no clothes, now he's got shoes on,
Did he have
walking
clothes on the
towards the
first time?
store. He did not have clothes on the first time. He must have had to run
Okay,
home
so
and
he's
get some
been naked both
shoes.
times.
So he must have took that no shoes, no shirt, no service. He took the shoes part really serious, because he did go into the store and he was in the manager's office. So what is Nolan
Urgent?
Hoff thinking if he witnesses this?
For one, what I'm picturing is like this guy went into the manager's office naked. That means as he's walking out, they're escorting this guy out. There's people literally checking out in line, and this guy is he's walking out of the store naked and wondering, what in the fuck was that guy shopping for? But number two, I love that he went home and got some shoes.
Yeah. Like
I
he
mean,
took that no shoes really serious. He wanted service.
maybe the guy needed some laundry detergent. Like he had used up, it's it's okay to maybe only have a couple sets of clothes, and maybe he was out of clean underoos for the day, and was like, you know what, I gotta go get some detergent.
He was too busy buffing his car with his dirty underwear.
Which San Francisco does not go over well.
They
Um,
learned. They learned from this example.
I'm just wondering when they kicked him out, what did they say? Where he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go home and get my shoes on and come back.
Well, first he was just running through the parking lot, and then he came back with his shoes and
Well,
was like, "I'm going to go in the store."
yeah, but he was running because he was in a hurry to go get his shoes.
Yeah. Do you think there was
He's
like
like,
a guy at the checkout, like his wife sent him there, and he sees it and he's like, "Shit, I forgot to get sausages," and then like went back and picked him up.
I forgot to get eggs and sausage.
And then goes
Fucking
home to his
A,
wife. Is
man.
like, you'll never guess what. Like, I almost forgot the eggs and sausages, and then like this dude was in the store naked right as I was checking
Yeah.
out, and I got him. Yay.
On top of that, I picked up 2 hams. And not to mention, dude, how long? I can't remember the last time I heard somebody mention a super saver.
I haven't either. I used to love going in there. Like that was like
Isn't that
my
down
favorite
off
grocery
like
store.
that's down off like the Canesville Broadway split, right?
Think so. I think
Right
so.
by Pizza King. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Where another great
Pizza King
CB
is so
scanner
good.
moment took place.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Poldus family that owns it. I used to do the landscaping on their house.
Really? Like they had some legitimate food.
Hell yeah, man. Yep.
All right. Last one. This is not in CB. So the nation
Okay.
is catching up.
Okay.
So Nolan Hoff goes and receives this call. Caller advised that a male subject is sitting out in front of the house, not doing anything.
Okay.
He has a fishing net on his head, and he's just sitting there.
Like the net with like the handle on it.
Yeah, like
I didn't know if it was one of those or like one of those big ass fishing nets they throw out to like.
well, I'm just assuming it's like the hand one.
I mean, fuck, man, that could be anything. I mean, my guess is fucker got back from a fishing trip. His wife was fucking pissed, wrapped him over the head or something. Basically, told him sit on the fucking porch and think what you did or think about what you did, and fucking threw the damn net on his head. And the dude's just sitting there defeated, like fuck my life.
And then she turns around and calls the cops on him.
Yeah, it's like there's some strange ass son of a bitch that's sitting on my porch right now. Where
Come
I
get
was
him.
thinking, yeah, I was thinking even worse. It was like one of those cast out fishing nets. I was like, maybe, maybe his buddies were pissed off at him from the fishing trip they were on and just wrapped him up in the net and put him on his porch and left him.
Or he's like hiding from someone. He's like, I'm just gonna hide under this giant casting net.
It depends on what state you're in. Some people that could make them feel invisible. It's like putting a bag over your head and thinking like nobody can see you.
Well, they can't, especially if it's like a paper bag. Everyone
That's
knows
true.
that, Nolan.
You sucked at hide and seek, I bet.
No, like I'd always go hide and I'd always win. Like I think the record is like I hid from my parents for like 3 hours once.
Yeah, but did they just not want to find you?
No, I won. I'm a champion of hide and seek.
I did hide and seek one time in the Kmart up near Iowa Western and hid in the clothes rack because I was mad my mom wouldn't buy me a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won too because she walked out and got in the car and drove off and left me there. I remember the Kmart staff watching me as I ran screaming towards the door, crying. I was like 8 years old. I'm like, no. Mom's driving away in the parking lot. I'm like,
Let me guess, you never pulled that again.
I didn't. But I'll tell you what, I figured out I was the best damn clothes rack hider you could find around here. Well, that's good stuff, man. I like that we expanded outside of just the Midwest region. It's nice to know that we relate to other states as well.
Like I started feeling bad for Council Bluffs. Like it's magic and all, but there's a lot of good in Council Bluffs and there's a lot of bad elsewhere. So let's highlight some elsewheres.
We should start highlighting a little bit of the great about Council Bluffs too. Yeah, it's like we say it jokingly, but when we say we're proud of where we're from, we're not kidding. And yeah, there's a lot of great things about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as somebody who
can't name anything off the top of my head, but there is.
It's like somebody who played arena football in that town. I shouldn't be only talking about the bad shit.
The Council Bluffs Chamber of Commerce is gonna like beat us up next time we're there.
Well, that's good stuff, man. Well, that was a good rundown. Anything else we want to cover, man?
No, I'm just still terrified that there's no sports and the shenanigans and trouble we're gonna get in.
Yeah, I know. Like we were talking about before, like the Masters was only so much that you can pay attention. Like that's just good nap time right there, man.
Yeah. Like beautiful scenery, calm, and you just sleep.
Yeah, really, And I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll just start watching professional wrestling.
Ooh, we can do that. Like I'm sure we could go to some live wrestling events down here.
Start arguing about who our favorite wrestler is and what happened in their match each week.
Well, we know I'll win because the Ultimate Warrior.
I don't think he's around anymore, man.
In spirit, he is.
Yeah. Well, Robbie's going to be joining us on Sunday. We'll make sure it happens again this time. Other than that, yeah, we'll call it good. Y'all up in the Midwest, I know tornadoes are hitting. I just saw that a video from, I think it was yesterday. I want to say up in like northwest Iowa. Pretty sweet-ass tornado coming down. It's that season. It's going to be that way down here too, man, for too long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good old beer drinking and weather watching weather. So enjoy some good old cold bush lights on us. Enjoy some natural cyclones. By the way, before we go, kudos to all y'all who sat out through the Luke Combs and Dierks Bentley concert in Jack Trice last week. I guess it was not the warmest, but overall they put on a hell of a show, I guess.
I'm sure there was enough beer drank at that show that they were not feeling it.
And they did improve the experience at the stadium, I guess, for the beer drinkers. So when George Strait was there, that was the number one bitching point was the lines were way too long. And it's like, you can't hold a country concert in the state of Iowa and have long beer lines. That's inexcusable. No. So no. But yeah, George Niang came on stage, I guess, and slammed a beer with Luke Combs.
Nice.
Badass.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap it up. And y'all enjoy some good old cold bush lights on us, and we'll see y'all Sunday with the mighty Robbie Sender joining us.
Yes. All right.
Catch y'all later.